Tansha, Nia Shanantera Kalich, Pe Zagate Wabishke Miguan de Shinakashun, Mi nom de famille Sili Champagne Pili Legal, Winnipeg Dosh Chin, and Métis. So hello, my name is Shanantera Kalich. My spirit name is Zagate Wabishke Miguan. And I explained in Machif that my family names, my Métis family names are Champagne and Legal. I am from Winnipeg and I am Métis. I suppose I incorporate traditional Métis beadwork into some of my work very literally. So of course my work that's really incorporating the Métis florals and the mouse tracks. I recently made some lapels for a gift for my uncle for his 70th birthday. And I remember seeing some beautiful grandmother's work at the Manitoba Museum, and it was flowers with the infinity symbol in it. So I incorporated that into these lapels, and I felt really connected, of course, to that grandmother. I tried to do it in a very respectful way. Every time I talk about the work, I want to share that I got the inspiration from this grandmother's work from the museum. And I just feel that it can really connect me with my ancestors and with the nation when I do, or I create very literal Métis florals and mouse tracks. But then really, I think all of my work incorporates Métis traditions, even though it doesn't look like it, because everything I create is Métis artistry. I think as artists, our job is to push the boundaries and always try to find our own art forms and our own ways of doing things. So I think as long as we're going through life in a respectful way of not copying, acknowledging where we learned our craft, acknowledging where we got our inspiration from, I don't think there's a limit on the art we can do as long as we're being respectful of the people, the land, the waters, and our nations. When folks see my beadwork, I hope it portrays a message that Métis are proud, Métis are Indigenous. I hope it dispels stereotypes about Métis folks and Indigenous folks in general. I really hope that through seeing the beauty of my beadwork and any beadwork, I hope it can really be maybe a seed planted that dispels stereotypes, that bridges connections, that moves us towards reconciliation. I've always been artistic throughout my life, but in my educational path and my career path, I was very science focused, and art and being a business person was never something I would have thought, even 10 years ago. So the fact that that's where I am now is so amazing and inspiring to me. And so I think a couple things I'd say to youth who are interested, encourage fellow beadworkers, fellow artists, to really try to stay true to themselves. This is something I'm struggling with too. I'm always working on it, but I think it's really easy to get caught up in that fast fashion, have to make money, and I acknowledge we do have to live off our art or whatever we're doing in life, but finding ways to find that, to keep that passion, to keep that inspiration, and to make time for that.
My name is Sydney Kachu. I'm 27. I live in Winnipeg and I've been beading for 5 or 6 years now. I got into the Indigenous Summer Scholars Program at the University of Winnipeg, and every week we would have a sharing circle, and at these sharing circles we would have different guests come in or do little fun things. And one time we were given the very basic beading supplies, so just 2 colors of beads, some felt, a needle, and a little bit of thread. And with that, we were just kind of given it to take home to experiment with. And then I got really sick and I was in the hospital for a while. And with all the time in the world, nothing really to do, no one to see, I really invested in learning that because I was feeling very lost in who I was at that time. And it really helped me connect myself to who I am in my community. And then from those people that I've met, I kind of got interest for classes, and then I've taught a close friend and his friends a class, and I've done 2 sessions at the St. Laurent Head Start for beading workshops. So for me, it's all been very linear, but I know it doesn't work that way for a lot of other people, and I have been very lucky that I've had the proper steps to learn, and now that I have honed in my skills enough to teach other people. Well, considering that I didn't have anyone to teach me how to bead, now that I've honed the skills in on my own, picking up bits and pieces from different sources and little tips from other people, since I was able to do that for myself and seeing the interest in my family, like my cousins and aunties and stuff, really has given me a nice push on realizing how important it is to keep passing the information along, because people want it, and then it's done like wonders for myself, mentally, spiritually, so why not give that gift to more people? Yeah, so lately I've been doing a lot of fruits. So I know our Métis beadwork is our 5-petal flower, and that type of vein there, but I have gone a little bit less from that pattern and more into, like, again, our blueberries are important. I love raspberries, and raspberries are big around here. So I maybe take that into a different sense of traditional, whereas I'm not following the specific patterns, but I'm doing what's calling me as a Red River Métis person. But I have started 1 pair of 5-petal flowers. With any art, like, just keep trying. You're not gonna get it the first try. You're not even gonna get it the 5th try. Like, beading is tough, especially if you're starting with the flat stitch. I find that extra hard, but you just have to be patient with yourself. It wasn't easy for me. It took me a while before I was confident in saying, you know, I'm proud of this art now. This is something that I would put in a storefront, or I would give to someone very important, or even I want to keep this to wear it. So just practice, practice, practice. And if you're not getting it, keep doing it. Like, you'll figure out what you're doing that's making it not work out the way you want it to work. But once you have it, everything is easy because you know how your hands work. If one method isn't working for you, try something else, because everyone has different hands with different abilities, different eyes with different abilities. So you just got to find what works for you.
Hi, my name is Shiri Curie. I am from Pine Falls, Manitoba. I'm a multidisciplinary visual artist. I work across many mediums such as beadwork, painting, and tattooing. So I first got into beadwork, I think it was inspired by my grandmother. So she entrusted me with her materials before she passed away. At the time, I didn't understand why she had given them to me, but it was for a greater purpose. So I found my way back to her, reconnecting to her through beadwork. So when she passed away, it was a way for me to connect with her. So I really like to push the limits of beadwork while still respecting our traditional teachings. For me, skulls hold a presence of their own. They have lived a life, and I feel like when I'm beading onto those skulls, I'm honoring that life and bringing the skull back to life. It's a way to really push the limits of our beadwork and to show it in a different way. I see what I'm doing as a continuation of something that's always been done. So I think it's important to continue honoring our traditions through beadwork, and it's not something I'm really doing, it's just more of continuing something that's always been done. So recently I completed the Artisan and Artist Entrepreneurship Initiative. I was honored to sell the president of the Métis Federation a fire bag. A fire bag is a traditional bag the Métis used to use. The women would make them for their husbands. In the bag, they would have all the tools to start the fire. They would have their pipes in it for smoking, and sometimes they would carry medicine in them. It was an amazing experience. We were able to do a market and a gallery, and I was able to show my work in a public setting for the first time. I see artists of the future generation really pushing our beadwork and pushing the limits of what our beadwork can be on, such as skulls. Art is a way for me to express my emotions outside of my body. So I really hope through my art, people can connect with it on a deeper level.
My name is Rebecca Rudin. I'm an artist with many different practices, multidisciplinary. I'm Métis, and I'm kind of just growing into finally getting to learn about my culture and my heritage that I didn't really get to grow up with, but I'm finally getting to it and really enjoying getting to actually learn about where I come from. Beadwork was actually just kind of this past year. I've been doing like embroidery, but then I started actually adding the beadwork itself. Something really clicked with it. I've been doing a lot of florals just, again, for either prop work or decoration. So I've been dealing with a lot of the shapes of plants, and I also just garden a lot. So the specific way that petals fold is something I'm constantly seeing. So anytime it's a plant that I find important, I can find a connection back to the heritage that I'm finally getting connected to. I think over here we have some of the more like 3D elements. I've done a lot of sculpture stuff in the past, kind of like prop work or just things that pop out of the frame. So it kind of was a very immediate 1-2 to go from flat beading to I want to make this more 3D, something I can kind of grasp onto. It's again sort of finding my actual heritage that I didn't really grow up with and trying to find where I know people will perceive it as respectful, but also I'm still feeling like I'm connecting with things, because I know I both didn't have as much connection with it growing up as I would have liked, and also I know that even kind of just visually, I don't look a lot like the kind of person who people will see would have that heritage or would be doing that kind of art, or very much so selling that kind of art. So it's definitely a very specific line of, I want to make sure I'm respecting it. I want to make sure it's not coming off like I'm doing something outside of my wheelhouse, while also respecting that it is my wheelhouse. It is something that I am connected to. Connect to your roots, and that what you're doing is important. It is worth time and effort, and even if you didn't previously realize you have those, because roots of plants grow deeper than you ever tend to realize.